And a few turns later, the Dawi have decided it is time. A grudge too far has kicked on off, and the dwarves have decided en masse that it is time to finally settle their grudges. All of them in a single tide of blade and gunpowder. Whilst some grudges may be justified, others seem to be thinly veiled attempts at land grab. They are no longer open to diplomacy, and so the only solution now is destruction. It begins. And so now we've issued the mission for ultimate campaign victory. I'm going to ignore this one, and we are going to continue working on the missions that I had already set for us. The Dawi, we are going to at least try to fend off a few of them, but we would have to claim Karak Kadrin or Karak 8 Peaks. One of the two there. These are both the riddles. Let's see if it'll show us. They are no longer willing to talk, but ultimate campaign victory down here. Karak Kadrin, Zarak Zil, which is actually pretty close. Karaza Karak, Karak Zorn, or Karak Kadrin, which Archaon the Everchosen is down there, and he's about to get absolutely bullied. He thinks he's tough until he meets that many Dawi all at the same time. The most likely one that we would claim would be Zarak Zil, but again, I'm not interested in going after the dwarves. It is very cool to see all of the armies they get, even if you're not allowed to take a look. That would be a nightmare on your homeland, though. Us being over here on the Ulthuan shores, for now we have a bit of time before they arrive, but it'll be interesting to see how they do expand on out around, or if they even are able to, rather. And it seems like wave after wave of Cathayan armies has been crashing against Beichai and Mistress King over here, so she's got yet another one. We tried to get them in an ambush. That's 70%, but we managed to fail. This is mostly an infantry bat army. They've got a couple rain guns and some crossbows, as well as a couple terracotta sentinels. Those are definitely going to be their scariest units, but we do have our depth guard with the pole arms to help bring them down. And we have our pistols, of course, which large targets, they are going to absorb damage. Not into the degree that they would like. Take quite a look at the map real quick. And it's again one of the ones where we have a very, very nice choke point. I think these infantry teams are going to have a really bad day. Let's get them. Alright then. Let's start the deployment. We have basically the exact... Oh no, they're going to set up over here as well with just the crossbows. Well, I mean, in that case, what do we really want to do? We can kind of bring them over on the side and run them down with the big beasties. The animated hulks might be able to take that solo. First, though, let's get our mortar team set up. In the middle is mostly cavalry, so if we set them up over there, it'd probably not work out so well. Let's put two here.
Captain.
Two more a little bit further back, maybe a bit slanted so they can hit other targets. So that'll work.
From salt.
Bring them back just a little bit. And then we'll have our regular old gun line. Pushing buttons a little bit aggressive. Let's see, we've dropped control down and then put them all in a single group. We can put the explosives kind of back here with a group of pole arms to hold back the cavalry. Something like that, so they can rotate as need be. We'll have the depth guard with pole arms as well, waiting for any kind of flank attempt. Regular depth guard hiding in there. And we've got our gun mob. One of them in the forest. And then the other gun mob can kind of be up front to act as a kind of fodder unit for all the deckhand mob together. Vampire fleet captain can be... They're both on their crustaceans. They'll be quite deadly. We'll throw her over to defend against the cavalry teams coming on in. She's got a bit of a missile shot as well, so she can weaken them on their way. The animated hulks. Ready to provide support. Our Scorpion and Robbie taking up either side there. Scorpion is not invisible, so he should probably make sure he's back behind the line. Otherwise, those crane guns will have a very nice target, which they're going to have several of to start. Good news for that is they will probably stand there and fire, allowing our mortar teams to deal a heavy toll. Pyro Titan will shove in over here, and I think we have a pretty defensible position. Let's get it going. All this big single entities together, and have all of the mortars firing on this group of crane guns. Oof. Doing good damage with their first volley. I'll be incredibly impressed if they're able to dodge. Oh, they go invisible. Fair enough. I know for a fact they are lacking in the armor department, so we'll fire some Sartosan Grape Shot on through. The big beasties are moving in. First, we'll have Robbie move up to engage. It's like we are mostly getting on those crane guns again. That's the unit we need gone. We can go ahead and drop a heal down with her.
Who's next?
Get on out of that if we're able. Oh, we're just going to pull them into it. Really good cast. Alright, so those crane guns are getting destroyed. Let's go ahead and switch up targets. Let's let 3 of them fire on other units. Lots of guns going in. We are able to weaken those big lads quite well there. Terracotta Sentinels are our first target. They do not do any regeneration. Third verse away. Get singing, lads. Send the Depth Guard in. They're not going to find that a battle they really enjoy. That one's going to be a little more effective. We can summon in some crabs and then charge them up the hill. Get in there and stop that flank. Pyro Titan, we'll go ahead and have you blast some Shim's Burning Gaze into the back of these Jade Lances. Turn on around, see how things are rolling. Robbie, let's get you charged in on that Terracotta Sentinel. Go get him. You do the same on the other. Crane guns are about to route on off. That's going to be a pretty ineffective cannonball. They do a really good job of changing their units' trajectory once we give them an attack order. Pull you guys on back. I thought I had you guys in guard mode. Turns out I did not. These mostly peasants running on in. Sounds good to me. Let's blast them up. Feed them some grapes. Scorpion is getting smashed, so hopefully we need some other lads in there fighting right now. Use those guns. Got an absolute slaughterfest going on the other side there. Robbie managed to destroy his beast he was fighting. Go ahead and pull the crabs, keep them fighting. Go ahead and give you the old Van Geist Revenge through both of these lines. Will that actually work for us? Let's try it. Then you go ahead and deal with this group. Depth Guard are getting shot in the back. Not enjoying that so much. We obliterated that unit in the back, but the front guys did not take much damage at all. Let's have our Depth Guard move on in. Pull our Tomb Scorpion away. Why'd I drop a heal down on just the Scorpion? You go hunt down that Jade Blooded Sorcerer, please. Surprisingly, our big beasties are getting destroyed by the Celestial Dragon Guard. Who would have guessed? Can't quite Spirit Leech them. I'm happy to give it to these Lances since there's more units than, or more entities. Keep fighting. Blast through this line a little bit. Maybe a bit ineffective. We'll see how much damage we get. Yeah, it's not too bad. We are starting to lose some units, though, so we want to be careful. Mortar teams are being very effective. We probably want to move their targeting to this group. Oh, you guys are moving up. Why are you doing that? That'd be a big mistake. Go ahead and give some more Sartosan Grape Shot in on these archer crews then. Keep them from firing just for a bit longer. We need you to move on over into melee. Summon in some more crabs here, just hold the line for a moment, but you need to go get into melee. Chop them up. Our Hyrotite is doing work. Go ahead and cast a Shim's Burning on the Celestial Dragon Guard. Hopefully not get too much friendly fire there. We have a pretty excellent looking battle going on. Oh, he's decided that no, magic isn't his strong suit. He's just gonna keep smashing them with gigantic stone weapons. Fair enough. Cathay falls. A crushing defeat for the northern provinces. Of course, we gained back our deckhand mob and not our depth guard that we lost, but we did get back some of the dead soldiers. Both the animated hulks are coming on back as well. We will assimilate, prepare for the next wave. And trouble on Ulthuan. Durthu has come on over with an army of trees and some archers to deal with us. We will be, I believe, within the walls. We'll take a quick look, and if not, it'll be a field battle. Please, not too much woods. Perfect. Pretty much an open field battle. Looks like this one is going to be out on the beach. They will have nowhere to hide, and we'll have plenty of room to shoot them down. Let's get this one going. Perfect. We are fighting out on the beach. Excellent. Let's start the deployment. We can see a good deal of their forces, not any of the units with Stalker, of course, but let's swing on over probably to this side here. Throw in the mortars. One in the middle, just push it forward a little bit so it is going to be taking the shots before the other two are. Group and guard mode. We don't have a gunnery white with this team, but we do have a single group of handguns. We'll do handguns and I guess sidearms for her squad. Followed with the shotguns on the side. We do not outrange their archers, and they are invisible, so we're gonna have to use our scurvy dogs pretty liberally here to run around and locate their archers. Otherwise, pretty much a single volley into our highly unarmored lads will eviscerate them. You want to be careful. Go ahead and throw these deckhands up front. Act more as a bracing wall than normal. And they are actually mostly below the rest of our soldiers, so they should be able to shoot over their heads. That is the idea, at least. In practice, it may work out a little bit differently, but we'll see. And then we'll have Aranessa up front. The Death Mage waiting a little ways in the rear there to hit people with all sorts of different spells. Depth Guard behind. Start working with this other group. So these guys will all be our melee infantry. Our lovely Ushabti. Have them on this flank here. And do the same thing with these lads. Just keep them on the flanks to slow down any cavalry charges and keep them bogged down for our big angry crabs to light them up. Send those crabs out on the side. I think you guys get moving out on the flanks. Slow down any cavalry. And then we'll roll our scurvy dogs over to the very far corner here with the Mourngulls behind them. Those red-tinged night terrors, which should do a good deal of work. We just got to get them in on a unit who isn't expecting them. That'll be a group. All of the ranged units together. And in guard mode. And then all the elites. And the Lord. Let's get this battle going. By far my favorite unit in our army, and we're not even playing as the Tomb Kings. As soon as they get a bit closer, we will give them a blasting. Rotate the force. Let's bring you two over to this corner. A lot of the Wood Elves are going to be very lowly armored. Let's see how much damage we can get blasting into some of these Dryads here. Gonna move. I didn't do that much. They've probably got a bit of innate missile resistance, and they are kind of spread out already. Try some cannonball shots into some lightly armored light cav. Do any models fall? No, not at all. You don't even really. We weaken the Glade Riders a bit. Oh, really? You guys are gonna wait for us to come to you? And we'll move forward a little bit. As long as we're still maintaining the hill. Yes, we did attack you, but you are sieging the town out, so onus should still be on you to attack, but of course it's not. Let's go ahead and I guess we'll scoot forward little by little. Aranessa doesn't have any magic herself, and Fleet Captain's a little bit slow. I'd rather just kind of continue to move them forward a little at a time until we're able to... Oh, here they come. The Wood Elves approach. They realize if we get any better positioning, they will have a tough time uprooting us. Pun intended. Up to the side here. Kind of have you guys pull back a little bit so those shotguns can actually start working. Gonna be some pretty ineffective mortar shots to start, but that's okay. Pull you out of that. I'll allow some people to take some damage from the Flock of Doom, but no one else. And rotate because that cav wants to have a piece of you. I think we can deal with that cavalry. Not so well on this side, though. We gotta move through here. I wasn't paying attention. Man, they moved quick, didn't they? Get in there on that group fast now. They should be able to bring down those Sisters of the Thorn. No, 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 no. I said don't give that attack order, but they're turn around it anyway. That's unfortunate. Another Flock of Doom going down. Get the Prometheans moving over to stop that. Get you guys firing away at Durthu. Get Aranessa moving on forward. We'll go ahead and have the Spearfisher's Net go down on these Treekin. And then she can go jump on that Branch Wraith. Shotgun out of existence. We need to move on forward. Time to activate the Shanty. Just got a ton of Sky Blankets coming in on our side, and we do not have a lot of visibility on them. You guys blast away at the individual Deepwood Scout units, please. Combined force there is pushing them away. Our Hounds barely won that battle. Come on and assist. Night Terrors are in Rampage mode. Blast some through. Use our Death Mage with a Spirit Leech on Durthu. And fire these Treekin that are actually in on our front line there. Now we need the shotguns blasting away at the Glade Riders. Wild Riders. A little bit of an upgrade on the Glade Riders. We can drop a Soul Blight on everyone engaged over here with Aranessa. Guys, shoot at those Treekin. Sky Blankets are obliterating our front line there. Mortar teams work on any of they're able to move around and fire at the same time, so they can shoot and roll around like monkeys. Go ahead and activate that ability. Keep moving. While you guys turn around. We'll chase those wild riders down. This flank is safe. We gotta get moving though. Is still an opportunity to lose it. Shotgun Durthu, please. You go stab the branch wraith. More spirit leeches on Durthu. Gotta bring down that big hate tree quick. As it's holding in there, the depth guard are getting obliterated. Individual Prometheans have to get into battle. Melee, rather. Durthu is nearly fallen.
Orders.
She's fighting all sorts of stuff she really doesn't want to. We can give another Spirit Leech off to Durthu, try to see him out. I don't want to bring her out to try to have her do some melee with the infantry teams, or the missile teams. That way we can actually get to work on them. I'm not so worried if we lose all of our deckhands, but our big monsters, I'd like to keep a few of them alive. Yeah, just keep chasing those Way Watchers down. We can't have them surviving at all. They are still rampaging and fighting as hard as they can. Burn and fire. Go ahead and pull these Prometheans out so they can actually get some shots in with those other lads. Keep firing on that branch wraith. She's gone. Shattered. Tree people run for their lives. But not after we took a good deal of casualties in the process. And a Pyrrhic victory, but we did defend the shores from the tree people. We did end up losing quite a few, but actually all of them are coming on back except for these doggos, so I'm happy to see it. We'll go ahead and assimilate those captives.
Listen here, lover, and listen good.
I decided to continue to trespass. Your mistake. Resurgent. Defeated Durthu enables flaming attacks when fighting against wood elves. Even the mightiest tree in the forest can be felled, you just need a big enough axe. Or apparently fire. Arnessa destroyed them, we'll come on over and kill Vartio as well.
Get them!
And we would lose some doggos. Such is the way.
Salt and blood. We fight!
Such is the way. They're coming on back though. And we will assimilate.
You're my crew now.
Arnessa, you go ahead and hang out in Leslie. And then we'll have you upgrade your general cabin. That way you have less upkeep and all those other good bonuses that come with that. For you as well, your worst nightmare sounds nice. Increased plunder while battling at sea. Give her the self-taught gunner as well. And that's about it for her skills. For Richie, come down here and grab the enchanted ballistics and shark bait. Mr. Ching definitely needs some help. Foaming and preservatives is what we've been doing just to keep her held together, but that upkeep is, now that we've maxed upkeep out, it's definitely time to upgrade her soldiers. She is defending against an unending wave of Cathayans. Or Robbie, we'll give him his Ravenous attack finally. Start working on his melee attack. You can have a better Soul Blight and then some evasion. And then onward to the next battle. And the Grudge Too Far has finally arrived in Sartosa. Unfortunately, we absolutely could not look at this army. Just look at that. I'd enjoy fighting that on the field with one of our main forces, because all you really got to do is break one of these armies and the rest of them turn and run. But that is so many Dawi. We'll give that one to the auto-resolve, and the final thing we're going to do for this series is I'm closing in on the last piece of 8. We're going to have that battle, and then we'll wrap things on up. And we have finally caught the boys of the Forbidden Coast. What a week. This is definitely the first one we were supposed to engage, and they have been avoiding us for the entire campaign. Let's smash some orc. Alright, we've got our typical Ulthawani Island battle down here in the southlands of Badlands, because why not? We'll go ahead and grab our rifle team. They're just going to be rushing at us pretty much the entire battle, so we'll throw our rifle team up front. Group them up a couple times. They do have rock llamas themselves, but I think we should be able to deal with those rock llamas just fine. We'll throw the lad out front, 2 of our crabos to act as flank guards. We got the pistoliers. We'll throw them off onto the flanks. The Morngulls will be up wings to help deal with their artillery once we are able. Another group of Morngulls back here. Morngulls together as a group. Crabos can go with them. We'll need these shotguns. We'll put them up on the hill here. Up front, depth guard to stop any kind of cavalry charge. Depth guard on this side. Put the explosives. Grabs a shield, you can throw the explosives through them. Put the depth guard back behind a bit. And these lads can be off on the... I'll keep them back and they can kind of move around as need be. Artillery team. All of our deckhands, elite infantry, and then Sao Fang. Let's get this battle going. The final battle for the series. They're going to send their Goblin Wolf Riders up over the hill. I think we'll give them a bad day, since those are also just normal boar boys. Drag your looking selves on over and we'll beat these guys down. Wolf Riders should not be brave enough to charge into that group. Just look how much bigger these Morngulls are than the Wolf Riders themselves. More boys charging right on in. The Morngulls be hungry, except for that one. That one is no longer hungry ever again. We should be able to rout. Well, actually, the Boar Boys are doing well for themselves. Give them a little bit of cannon fire. Thing we have going for us there is the fact that we are going to be healing, and now we have a double team. Same thing coming through the woods on this other side here. The Boar Boys are going to charge in, and they're going to get a round of bombs. Get some slow-mo of that. They're charging in. Not a single Black Orc to be found here, though, so I'm not really sure what their plan is besides just mass death. Gonna feel the troll toll here on this front line, though. Those rock llamas in the back are doing work on our front line there. Take it out of slow-mo, because there's no reason for that nonsense. And we'll just get to smacking them. Heals for everyone. Crabs can come deal with this mob. We'll bring the gun mob back. Why we're back in slow-mo. Stop doing that. Go ahead and activate. Now there's no magic here at all. Give yourself some extra melee. Anyone that gets in close is going to get exploded. Now their armor is actually holding it back pretty well, but knocking them over so they're going to get shot by the handguns a little bit longer. It's a bad time for them. And completely leaving these rock lobbers in the back to their own devices, which is not what you tend to want to do. Charge into that group of orc boys. We can summon in some friends to help out. Move up there and stop them from coming on in from the other side while we blend up these orcs into a lovely green paste. It's got some other colors mixed in there as well. This is unfortunate. Yeah, this is just for the Tide of Skilled, which is a normal dual swords pirate mob with the addition of Frenzy, so it's a very meh Regiment of Renown. Alright, well, we may be losing some more goals here in the back just because of the way we've kind of handled this battle. I haven't been the most intelligent with it. They're going to regain a bit of their leadership. We'll just fire a cannonball through here to let them run. Give them some covering fire. Orcs did a very good job of dodging that. Back on the main front, though, they're doing a very good job of dying. Rock lobbers are still launching their payloads, though, doing good damage. Excuse me. Switch over here to this, and then we'll keep healing. Healthy Morgulls will send them up and over. Both crabs come to work on them as well. Work together, lads. Grape shot barrage. There we go. Now the revenge is ours. One's giving him the baseball swat, or the basketball swat. Roll versus Morgul. I fight the Morgulls surprisingly are not winning as handily as I would have expected. There is a wave of death coming over the hill now. Now, if you want a good fight, you got one now. Will Chamberlain swatted. Keep moving. Several Morgulls have fallen, never to rise again. But the orcs have broken. Ashok the Bloody was weak. We already knew that. He'd been hiding from us since the very, very beginning. Well, we claim our last piece of the 8. A decisive victory. We did end up losing our gun mob. I think they focus fired with their catapults the entire time. Those shotguns are incredibly potent. We'll assimilate the captives. And then that will be what we call the end of the campaign. And after claiming the last piece of 8, we will meet back here on the campaign overview map for the wrap-up. Thank you all so much for stopping by for my Count Noctilus campaign and giving us all your support. I cannot thank you all enough. We've had quite a bit of channel growth from this campaign, and it has been lovely to see. After our many accomplishments here, we have claimed all of Ulthuan, minus this little spot here that got raised. And we have been taking the fight to Nagaryth, destroying their settlements and stealing all of their gold. We claimed all of the pieces of 8 and proved ourselves the very best pirate lord. And with all of these accomplishments under our belt, it is time to bid Noctilus farewell. For the last time with this series, I have been Space Wizard Total War. Remember to leave a like for the light god and a sub for the sub zone, and I will see you all in the next one.